Listen up, you filthy animals. You're watching Wrestle Rambles with Lance with the ad. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick review. I've been working. I got back from the gym. I was watching NXT on the treadmill / elliptical / oh my god, running around the gym like, no, I'm just kidding. So I was like, oh, the very end main event is when you got it. I'm obviously on the speeding up my treadmill, and that's when I have to be intensely watching it. So I was kind of like, oh god. Anyways, all right, so let's get right into it. So Beth Phoenix is on the commentary team, and congratulations to Beth Phoenix. She's going to be on NXT, and she's going to commentate. So congratulations to Beth Phoenix. Welcome to the team. Okay, and then we have the War Vikings experience with the... No, I was just waiting. We have the Viking Raiders coming to address their standing with NXT, and pretty much they were just like, okay, so I understand this. They wanted to relinquish the titles, and I was kind of like, I understand this is a kind of a creative, probably a struggle, because here you have an unbeatable team who's doing great on Raw. They don't want the Viking Raiders to lose, and I understand. It's just hard because it was just awkward, and it made for weird segments, because they're like, okay, so are you saying that the belt is not as meaningful now because you're like, oh, I'm just gonna relinquish it and we're fine with it? And it's like, okay, you're making the belt seem very like not important. Okay, so then it's like, I get it though, because but then I don't, but then I do, and then I'm just like, oh god. And then I'm like, I'm glad I'm not on the creative team, because that would have been really hard to do. So then you have the Street Profits. And they're like, you know what? We can go against you and we'll have a good match. And the crowd seemed to really like it. They really liked the Street Profits. And so before that, though, they relinquished it to William Regal. William Regal, they had him come out. So then you see all of them in the ring with the Street Profits. And then they were like, okay, well, we'll have a match. Let's go. Main event. So book it. So the Viking Raiders and Street Profits, main event. All right, then we have Adam Cole. He does a segment where he's talking with the Undisputed Era, and they're talking about the whereabouts of Roderick and what's going on in his stance. Is he a part of it? So then Roderick Strong comes back, and he's like looking a little rough, and then you have some stuff going on in the background, and then finally Roderick comes up, and he's like has his flip-flop with blood on it, assuming that he beat up Riddle and beat him up pretty bad. So then apparently he's back in the Undisputed Era. Okay. And then I was talking to my friend. Everything seems a little rushed tonight because they're pushing up the pay-per-view takeover. So it seems a little rushed, but I'm just kind of like trying to be, whatever. So then there's that. And then also, so Adam Cole's like, okay, join the gang, Roderick, let's go. And then they leave. Kind of like, okay. There's a segment with Bianca Belair, Mia Yim. Mia Yim's like, you didn't beat me, so they probably are gonna have another match, because it's like Bianca Belair wants to go for the title, and Mia Yim's like, no, you gotta beat me fair and square because you cheated. So then there's that. All right, then we have the return of Keith Lee. Okay, Cesar Bonani. You know what? It was a good match. I liked it. I like the pop that we have for Keith Lee. He always is like, it was really fun. The crowd was just really going loud for him. And his finisher was cool. The match was good. It was short, but it was good. Then we had, who else did we have? I think I'm flip-flopping the order of the matches because I just watched it and I've been working all day, and so I'm just gonna go with then we had, who did we freaking have? We had Kushida, I know that. Okay, so then we had Kushida, and then we had Kono Reeves. So Kushida, everybody likes him. He had a good pop, good crowd reaction. Drew Gulak came out and watched the match between Kushida and Reeves. So he's like tempting him to come to 205. So that's gonna be interesting. And so obviously Kushida, we were expecting it. He picks up the victory, and it was good. He put it in his finisher, and he tapped. Reeves tapped out in the middle of the ring. So we're gonna have that match coming up, that feud later. It looks like. Okay. Then also Vanessa Bourne took on Jessie. It's a little bit like, Jessie, you're new, and were you in the classic first where you debuted? I just felt like you needed a last name. It just seemed very like bland, and I don't know. But the match was okay. Vanessa Bourne took up the victory. She was with Aaliyah. Aaliyah kind of did some shenanigans outside too to interfere. There's that. Then we had the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits. And guys, it was a good match. Good, but I was a little, the moves were good. I was just like, it got interrupted by a lot of people. A big mayhem at the end happened. And really didn't know how to think about this, because creative was probably like, what are we gonna do with these tag team titles? And then it's like, wait a minute. So the Street Profits came in and we had a DQ, but then the Street Profits did their own pin. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. So, and then the Viking Raiders were just brutal, there's just people fighting outside. It was very interesting. So NXT felt a little rushed, and I thought it was okay. I just didn't like that the belts were relinquished, just because it made them look really like less, not meaningful, and just a bunch of other stuff. Man, I was on the treadmill like, what? No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it was kind of, I'm not trying to be like, I love NXT. It was just underwhelming for me this week. I said that. But it was still good. We got Beth Phoenix. We have Kushida. We have Matt Riddle and Roderick and everything going on with the Undisputed Era. We have the return of Keith Lee. I mean, it was good. It was, All right, you filthy animals. Peace out.